Good morning, Rim Country. You're listening to 99.7 KPJM-LP, The Bridge.
The Bridge.
You're on The View from the Rim with DJ Pammy.
And Mikey.
Good morning, Mikey.
Good morning.
How are you today?
I think I just got even with you.
I think you did. And that really wasn't fair. I mean, it was only supposed to be me that catches you doing things, not
just
you
be
catching
happy.
me.
Just be happy that your last name isn't Zass.
Pam Zass. Oh, yeah, I guess I'm glad my last name isn't Zass. That would be a bad one. A little bit later, we have an interview coming up with the lady that we're very excited to meet, and we are very honored that she walked into our radio station just to give us some information on what she does and what the golden rule is. Something I've never heard about in Payson, and in the show this morning, she's going to explain that to us, what the golden rule really is. But
I know what the golden rule is.
What?
Whoever holds the gold makes the rules.
Oh.
No. It was do unto others. I've heard it several ways. One was do unto others as you would have them do unto you.
Yep.
Which, never mind. I won't even go there with certain people in your life.
No, we don't need to go there.
But then the other one is do unto others before they do unto you.
Oh.
And that one's kind of fun.
That one's fun.
And the other one,
I'm sure that's not what the golden rule is.
And
though.
then the other one is the take on the golden rule is he who holds the gold makes the rules.
Yeah.
So those are all kind of fun.
Yeah, they are. And not only is she a part of a nonprofit organization called the Golden Rule, but this woman has also brought us 2 CDs that she's put together when it was with her husband, right? Yeah. She's done some amazing music. So after our next song will be our interview. But for now, I always got to throw Ed Sheeran in. So here's Shape of You.
Shape of you.
Good morning, Rim Country. You're listening to 99.7 KPJM-LP, The Bridge. You're on The View from the Rim with DJ Pammy.
And Mikey.
Mikey is in the background right now because I have a special guest in the studio with me. We have a lot of information to go over today, so hang in there with us and have a good time while you're at it. We know we are here in the studio. But today, I have Jewell Hill with me, and we're going to go over some cool stuff. The Golden Rule, I don't know if you guys have ever heard of it, but she's going to explain it to us. She's going to explain a lot more than just the Golden Rule because this lady has many talents. So we're going to go over those today. How are you?
I'm doing great. Pammy, how are you doing?
I'm doing good. Thanks for being here with us. And thanks for choosing the radio station to come in and share your experiences with us.
Well, thanks for having me.
And share your music with us. That is one of the main things I'm excited about is to get her music out there. And a lot of it, we're all going to be able to fit that into our lives somehow. You know, here at the radio station, we are an anti-addiction radio station. And this music fits right into those steps. So first we're going to go over what the Golden Rule is. You want to explain that to us?
Sure. You know, it blows my mind that I meet people who've never even heard of it, period.
Yeah.
But we have a nonprofit organization that promotes the Golden Rule called goldenrule.net. And what the Golden Rule is pretty nifty because it's something that I think practically every single human on the planet can get behind. So it doesn't matter what religion you have or what non-religion you have or anything. It's basically the concept that if you would hate having something done to you or it would hurt you, don't do it to other people. It's pretty simple. And actually all the major religions of the world have that premise built into their tenets. You can find it in Islam. You can find it in Christianity, of course. Mm-hmm. Every religion you can think of, if you look it up or you ask an expert, has a rule in there that says, if it would be hurtful to you, don't do it to somebody else. Pretty simple.
Yeah, absolutely.
So basic. So it's really neat because it's something that no matter what we disagree about, and there's plenty to disagree about these days, it seems like, that one thing seems like one common ground that every human being with feelings can agree upon.
Right. Definitely. Always do to others as you want done to yourself. Our actions are affecting other people.
Right.
And the Golden Rule is a living example of this. You guys go out and you help others in different ways. There's not just one way you help them. You help them in many different ways. And one of the biggest ways is these bags that you brought to our attention called You Are Loved bags. And do you want to explain that to the community?
Thanks. Well, I think most of us have had the experience of driving past somebody or walking past somebody at the grocery store who is clearly in need and going through a very rough time, and it's heartbreaking for lots of us. Mm-hmm. And there was a time when I would hand them a $5, and then I got a little older and a little bit of sort of wiser, but realized, well, they might be buying, perhaps they're addicted to something, you know. And a lot of folks didn't start out addicted. If you study the demographics on this, and it's easily accessible online, a lot of folks who are homeless and addicted, lest we judge, which is never a good road to take anyway, but a lot of folks didn't start out homeless and addicted. They just started out homeless. Many Americans, for example, are only a few paychecks away from being homeless. Mm-hmm. They're not on drugs. I've heard some people say, well, they're homeless addicts.
Not all of them.
Who cares, right? Well, even if you are.
Yes.
A lot of them are. Actually, many times the addiction comes after the homelessness hits. So anyway, back to what I was saying, then it's not necessarily good to hand them a 20.
No, absolutely.
And so we got to talking about it at a Golden Rule meeting and figured, you know what? We want to show them that someone cares, that there is love, that people do care out there. There's a lot of good in the world still. And, well, what do they need? So we made a little shopping list. Gosh, what's in there? Sockies. We have sanitizer. We have some candy for pleasure.
Yeah.
Some cough drops with vitamin C and zinc. Lotion and lip balm for dried hands and lips. And in the wintertime, hand warmers, those little squish them and then they get hot for a while.
Oh, that's
They last
good.
like 12 hours.
Yeah.
Or foot warmers if we can find them. And a little electric candle so they don't start a fire at their campsite, but they could have a little light at nighttime maybe.
Oh,
and
wow.
just little simple little things. A little jerky, peanut butter for some protein. And then if they have a doggy, we also have
Right.
doggy food bag to go with
that's
that.
nice.
So
we have experienced that in our community. You know, one or two guys out there in the community that are walking around with their dogs.
yeah.
You know, I saw the cutest thing the other day was a man walking with his dog, but he had made his dog something so he didn't have to walk. So he just pulled it and put the dog in it and pulled it around with him.
On rollers?
Yeah.
Wagon?
Yes, and it was the coolest little thing that, he did for his dog when he can't do a lot for himself. So it's great to get these bags out there, and I am also guilty of pulling that $5 bill out. It's my biggest thing is leaving Starbucks and driving by them. Well, why did I want to share with you. I want you to go in and be able to buy your coffee too. Mm-hmm. I want you to go get something to eat. This is a great thing that we can do for our community because handing them that money, we don't know what they're doing with it. We don't want to be the one or the reason they take their last breath. Because we could be. We don't know what they're doing with the money, what drugs are being bought, what, alcohol being bought. We don't know. And we're not here to judge anybody. We're here to help. And that's what we want to do. We want to help our community to be a better place and remind people that, you're not alone. You're not the only one suffering. A lot of people are suffering out there. You might not be homeless, and you might be in your home and still suffering. But there's ways around it. And in one of her songs that she writes, it just really blew my mind because in that song, it tells you you're not alone. It's a rallying, rousing call to all to get back up on their feet and a reminder that even in your darkest times, an angel is catching your tears and you're not alone. Well, that's a great way to explain it.
Wash your face and comb your hair. Take your place and brave the night to find your purpose there. Don't be daunted by the zombies or their empty stares. Don't be fazed by the haze, just gaze and breathe the air. Brush your teeth and check your smile. Put on your walking shoes, get ready to tread your darkest mile. don't you give up, 'cause you're not alone. No, 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 no. Oh. No, 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 but don't you give up, 'cause you're not alone. Lick your wounds and clear your head. Don't be bothered by the crazy things the others said. Sniffing, collusing, sipping and booze, you ooze red. But an angel's cup has caught the hot tears that you bled. No, 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 no. Oh. No, 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 don't you give up, 'cause you're not alone. No, 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 no. Oh. No, 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 don't you give up, 'cause you're not alone. Not alone. You're not alone. You are not alone. Not alone. No, 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 no. Oh. No, 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 don't you give up, 'cause you're not alone. No, 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 no. Oh. No, 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 don't you give up, 'cause you're not alone. No, 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 no. Oh. No, 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 don't you give up, 'cause you're not alone. No, 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 no. Oh. No, 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 don't you give up, 'cause you're not alone.
That is a huge example to say you're not alone. There's always somebody there to help you, a higher power. If you believe it's a higher power, you believe it's God, you believe it's just whatever you believe it is, there's something there. You
Yeah.
have to take the power from inside of you and want it for yourself.